Money isn't real to people like you. You're all just numbers in the system. Those words echo through Providence Municipal Court on a cold Tuesday morning. The man who said them stands before Judge Frank Caprio wearing a custom Balenciaga hoodie that costs $3,000. His name is Derek Castellano. He's 23 years old. In his pocket sits a phone worth more than some cars. On his wrist hangs a Richard Mille watch that could pay off most people's mortgages. His sneakers are limited edition Yeezys. Only 50 pairs exist in the world. If you believe justice should be equal for everyone, you'll want to see what happens next. The bailiff stands near the door. His uniform is pressed. His face is serious. He holds a folder with case number 2025-TR-93218. Your Honor, he says. The court calls Derek Castellano for case number 93218. Judge Caprio sits behind the bench. His hair is gray. His eyes are kind but sharp. He's been a judge for decades. He's seen everything, or at least he thought he had. Good morning, he says. His voice is calm. Professional. Please step forward. Derek walks toward the bench. His steps are slow. Casual, like he's walking through his living room. Not a courtroom. He doesn't make eye contact with the judge. His thumb moves across his phone screen. A video plays. The sound is off, but you can see the glow on his face. Behind Derek sits another man. His name is Thomas Brennan. He's 58 years old. His jacket is old. The elbows show wear. His shoes are clean, but the soles are thin. Very thin. He served in the Marines for 12 years. Iraq, Afghanistan, places most people only see on the news. Now he works at a warehouse. $10 an hour. He loads boxes. His back hurts every single day. His hands shake sometimes. Not from fear. From memories. Thomas is here because of parking tickets. 7 of them. Total amount owed is $420. He parked in a 2-hour zone while attending physical therapy at the VA hospital. His appointments ran long. The tickets piled up. He tried to pay. His bank account had $37 in it. Derek is here because he crashed his McLaren into Thomas's car. Then he drove away. Didn't stop. Didn't check if anyone was hurt. Just kept driving. His car has a custom paint job. Midnight purple with gold flakes. It costs $450,000. The crash barely scratched it. But Thomas's car is totaled. It was a 1998 Honda Civic. The doors didn't match. The passenger window was stuck halfway down. But it ran. It got Thomas to work. To the VA. To the grocery store. Now it sits in a junkyard. The insurance was liability only. Thomas gets nothing. Mr. Castellano, Judge Caprio says. His voice is firmer now. I asked you to step forward. And please put your phone away. Derek looks up. Finally, his expression shows nothing. No respect. No concern. Just boredom. Yeah, I'm here, he says. He doesn't put the phone away. Instead, he turns it face down in his palm. Like he's about to turn it back over any second. People in the gallery shift in their seats. A woman in the back row frowns. A man in a tie crosses his arms. They can feel something building. Something tense. This court is informed you were involved in a hit-and-run incident on December 4th, the judge says. He looks at the papers in front of him. Elmwood Avenue, near Hamilton Street. 2:17 in the afternoon. You struck a 1998 Honda Civic driven by Mr. Thomas Brennan. He gestures to Thomas. You then left the scene. Is that correct? Derek shrugs. The movement is lazy. Dismissive. It was barely a bump, he says. My car is fine. I don't know why I'm here for something so small. The courtroom goes quiet. People lean forward. Did he really just say that? The judge's eyes narrow just slightly. Just enough to show he heard exactly what Derek said. Mr. Brennan's car was declared a total loss, Judge Caprio says. His words are measured. Careful. He no longer has transportation. He's a veteran. He works full-time. He needs a vehicle. Do you understand that? Derek looks at Thomas for the first time. His eyes scan up and down, taking in the worn jacket, the old shoes, the hands that shake just slightly. So get another car, Derek says. His tone suggests this is obvious. Simple. There are like a million used cars out there. It's not a big deal. Thomas's jaw tightens. His fists clench on his lap. But he says nothing. He's learned discipline. In the Marines, they taught him to control his emotions, to stay calm under pressure. But his eyes tell a different story. They're angry, hurt, tired, A woman in the third row gasps softly. She covers her mouth with her hand. The man next to her shakes his head slowly. Back and forth. Mr. Castellano, the judge says, this court takes hit-and-run cases very seriously. You fled the scene of an accident. That's a crime. You also failed to render aid or exchange information. Another crime. Do you have anything to say about that? Derek shifts his weight from one foot to the other. His Yeezy squeaks slightly on the polished floor. Look, he says, I had somewhere to be. I run multiple businesses. NFTs, crypto trading. I can't just stop every time something small happens. My time is valuable. More valuable than Mr. Brennan's right to proper compensation, the judge asks. His voice stays level. But there's an edge now. Sharp and growing sharper. I mean. Derek pauses. He tilts his head, like he's considering a math problem. Statistically? Yeah. I make around $30,000 a day. Sometimes more. So every minute I'm here, I'm losing money. Real money. This guy works at a warehouse. No offense. He glances at Thomas again. But we're not in the same league. The courtroom erupts. Not loudly. Not yet. But there are whispers. Sharp intakes of breath. A man in the back stands up slightly before his wife pulls him back down. The bailiff takes one step forward. His hand moves to his belt. Not threatening. Just ready. Judge Caprio raises one hand. The room settles. Mr. Castellano, he says, I'm going to give you an opportunity to rethink what you just said. Do you want to revise that statement? Derek looks confused. Like he doesn't understand why this is even a question. Revise what? I'm just being honest. We live in a capitalist society. My net worth is around $7.3 million. I'm 23. I did that myself. Well, mostly. My dad gave me $200,000 to start. But I turned it into millions. That's success. This court should be respecting that. Not wasting my time over a fender bender. The judge writes something down. His pen moves slowly across the paper. He doesn't look up. Your attorney is Mr. Jeffrey Walsh, correct? A man in an expensive suit stands up. His tie is silk. His shoes are Italian leather. Yes, Your Honor. I'm here representing Mr. Castellano. Mr. Walsh, the judge says, I suggest you have a conversation with your client about courtroom decorum. The attorney leans toward Derek. His voice is low but urgent. You can see his mouth moving. His eyebrows are raised. He's trying to explain something. Derek waves him off. Literally waves his hand like shooing away a fly. I'm good, Derek says loudly. I don't need coaching. I'm just telling the truth. Judge Caprio looks at the prosecutor. Please present the evidence. A woman in a dark blazer stands. She's the assistant district attorney. Her name is Patricia Chun. She's been prosecuting cases for 8 years. She's seen entitled defendants before. But something about Derek's attitude makes her blood pressure rise. Your Honor, she says, the state has multiple pieces of evidence. First, we have body camera footage from Officer Michael Santos. He responded to the scene at 2:23 p.m., 6 minutes after the collision. A screen lights up on the sidewall. The courtroom can see everything now. The footage shows Elmwood Avenue. Thomas's Honda is crumpled on the passenger side. The door is smashed inward. The window is shattered. Glass covers the street. Thomas stands next to his car. His hand is on his forehead. He looks dazed. Officer Santos approaches. Sir, are you injured? Thomas shakes his head slowly. I don't think so. My car. Can you tell me what happened? A purple sports car hit me. Came out of nowhere. I was in my lane, going the speed limit. He hit me and kept going. Didn't even slow down. The officer writes this down. Did you get a plate number? Partial. Started with Delta Whiskey Charlie. Maybe 7 or 8. Purple McLaren. Custom paint. You can't miss it. The video pauses. Patricia addresses the court. Officer Santos ran the partial plate. It matched a vehicle registered to Derek Castellano. A 2022 McLaren 720S. Purple with gold metallic flake. Custom ordered. 1 of 1. The officer located the vehicle 3 hours later at Mr. Castellano's residence in East Providence. The damage matched perfectly. Paint transfer confirmed it. The screen shows new footage. Derek's house. It's not a house. It's a mansion. 3 stories. Modern architecture. Glass walls. A circular driveway. The McLaren sits in front of the garage. Even on camera, you can see it's expensive. Beautiful. Excessive. Officer Santos walks up the driveway. He rings the doorbell. A minute passes. 2 minutes. Finally, the door opens. Derek appears. He's wearing silk pajama pants and nothing else. His hair is messy. "Yeah," he says. "Mr. Castellano, I'm Officer Santos with Providence Police. I need to talk to you about an incident on Elmwood Avenue today." "What incident?" "You were involved in a collision around 2:20 p.m. You left the scene." "That's a crime, sir." Derek laughs. Actually laughs. The sound is clear on the body cam audio. "Oh, that. Dude, I barely tapped that car. It was already a piece of junk. I was running late for a meeting. I figured he'd just deal with it." "You need to exchange information when you're in an accident. You know that, right?" "I mean, I guess. But look at my car." Derek points. It's not even scratched. His car probably fell apart because it was old. Not my fault he drives a beater. The officer's jaw tightens. You can see it on camera. "Mr. Castellano, I'm citing you for leaving the scene of an accident and failure to exchange information. You need to appear in court." He hands Derek papers. Derek takes them with 2 fingers. "Like they're dirty. Whatever. My lawyer will handle it." The video ends. The courtroom is silent. Absolutely silent. You could hear a pin drop. A heartbeat. A thought. Patricia continues. "We also have text messages, Your Honor." The screen changes. It shows a conversation between Derek and someone named Connor. The messages are from December 4th, the same day as the accident. "Derek, just bounced off some dude's car, LOL. Connor, you stop." Derek, "Nah, had the crypto call with Tokyo. Can't miss those yen pumps. Connor, bro, what if he calls the cops? Derek, so what? Dad's lawyer is on retainer. Plus my car is fine. That's all that matters. Connor, fair. His insurance will probably cover it anyway. Derek, if he even has insurance. Looked broke as hell." Patricia lets the messages sit on the screen. People in the gallery stare. Some shake their heads. Others whisper to each other. Thomas looks at the screen, then down at his hands. His shoulders slump forward. "Your Honor," Patricia says, "we also have evidence of attempted interference. Mr. Castellano's father, Robert Castellano, is a real estate developer. He called this court 4 times in the past week. He called the police chief twice. He called the mayor's office once. Each time, he asked for the charges to be reduced or dismissed. He offered donations to various city programs. When that didn't work, he suggested, and I quote from a police chief's secretary's notes, that continuing this case would be bad for everyone involved." Judge Caprio's expression doesn't change, but his eyes do. They go cold, hard. "Is Robert Castellano in the courtroom today?" "No, Your Honor. He declined to appear. He sent his attorney instead. Mr. Walsh." The judge looks at the defense attorney. "Mr. Walsh, do you have anything to say about these communications?" Mr. Walsh stands again. He looks uncomfortable. His collar seems tight. "Your Honor, Mr. Robert Castellano was simply exploring all legal options on behalf of his son. There was no intent to improperly influence this proceeding." Exploring legal options, the judge repeats slowly. "By calling the police chief and the mayor's office." "I see." He makes another note. "Continue, Ms. Chun." Patricia nods. "Finally, Your Honor, we have Mr. Brennan's statement and financial documentation. Mr. Brennan, would you please stand?" Thomas stands. His legs seem unsteady for just a second. He steadies himself against the table in front of him. "Mr. Brennan," Patricia says, "can you tell the court about your vehicle and what its loss means to you?" Thomas clears his throat. When he speaks, his voice is quiet but steady. "I bought that Honda in 2003, after I came back from my second tour. Paid $800 for it. It wasn't pretty, but it worked. I've put probably another $2,000 into it over the years, keeping it running. It got me everywhere I needed to go. And now I have nothing. I can't get to work. My friend from the warehouse has been picking me up, but he lives 20 minutes out of his way. I can't ask him to do that forever. I'm going to lose my job. I already missed 3 shifts. The bus doesn't run to the industrial park where I work. Not early enough. I start at 5 a.m. What about buying another car?" Thomas almost smiles, but it's not a happy smile. It's the smile of someone who's heard a joke with no punchline. "I have $1,100 in savings. That's taken me 2 years to save. Cars that run cost more than that now, even old ones. I checked. Cheapest I found was $2,500, and that probably needs work. I can't get a loan. My credit is Well, it's not good. Thank you, Mr. Brennan. Patricia turns back to the judge. Your Honor, Mr. Brennan served his country. He works full-time at minimum wage plus 50 cents. He has no family to help him. He lives in a studio apartment that costs $700 a month. His utilities are another $100. Food is about $200. He has nothing left over. This accident didn't just inconvenience him. It destroyed his ability to live. Derek shifts again. He sighs. Loud enough for people to hear. Is this almost done? I have a call at 3. Every head in the courtroom turns toward him. The woman in the third row's mouth falls open. The man with crossed arms uncrosses them and leans forward. The bailiff's hand moves back to his belt. Judge Caprio stares at Derek. Seconds pass. 5, 10, 15. The silence is crushing. Heavy. Mr. Castellano, the judge says finally. Did you just ask me if we're almost done? I mean, yeah, this is taking forever. You've got all the information. Just tell me the fine, and I'll Venmo it or whatever. Can we move on? Venmo it. The judge repeats the words like he's tasting them. Testing them. You think you can Venmo your way out of this? Why not? Isn't that what fines are for? I pay. Problem solved. Everyone goes home. The judge takes off his glasses. He sets them on the bench. He rubs his eyes with his thumb and forefinger. Then he looks up at Derek. Really looks at him. Mr. Castellano, do you understand why you're here? Yeah. The car thing. The car thing. That's what you call it. What else would I call it? It's not like anyone died or anything. It's just property damage. Just property damage. Judge Caprio picks up a paper. Mr. Brennan served 12 years in the Marines. He was injured in Fallujah. Shrapnel in his back. He has nightmares. Post-traumatic stress. He takes medication just to sleep. He came home to no benefits because of a paperwork error that took 3 years to fix. He works every day despite constant pain because he has to survive. And you destroyed the one thing that allowed him to do that. But it's just property damage to you. Derek shrugs. I'm sorry he had a rough time. But that's not my fault. I didn't send him to Iraq. I just hit his car. Accidents happen. You didn't hit his car. You made a choice. You were driving recklessly. Officer Santos's report says you were going at least 65 in a 35 zone. Multiple witnesses confirmed that. You blew through a changing light. You struck Mr. Brennan's vehicle. And then you made another choice. You chose to drive away. To not help. To not check if he was hurt. To not give him your information. Those weren't accidents. Those were choices. Okay. Sure. Bad choices. I get it. So what's the fine? 500. 1,000. I'll pay it right now. Derek pulls out his phone. He actually opens his banking app. The screen lights up. People can see the balance. It has 5 commas in it. Put your phone away, the judge says. His voice is sharp now. A blade. Right now. Derek looks up, surprised. Why? I'm trying to fix this. You can't fix this with money. Not this time. Of course I can. Money fixes everything. Those words hang in the air. They float above the courtroom like a storm cloud. Dark. Heavy. About to break. Judge Caprio stands up. He's not tall. Maybe 5'8". But somehow he seems to fill the room. Money fixes everything, he repeats. That's what you believe. It's not belief. It's fact. You need a lawyer? Money. You need a new car. Money. You need to make problems go away. Money. That's how the world works. Is that what your father taught you? My father taught me to win. To be smart. To use resources. And yeah, money is a resource. The best one. Judge Caprio looks at Mr. Brennan. Then back at Derek. Mr. Brennan, you said you checked car prices. What was the cheapest vehicle you found that actually runs? Thomas stands again. $2,500, Your Honor. It was a 2004 Ford Taurus. The seller said it needs new brakes soon. And maybe a timing belt. But it runs. The judge looks at Derek. You make $30,000 a day. You said that yourself. That means you make $2,500 in about 2 hours. Mr. Brennan would need to work 3 weeks to save that much. After paying for rent and food and medicine. 3 weeks of loading boxes. Of his back hurting. Of his hands shaking. But you make it in 2 hours. Probably while you sleep. Derek nods. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I worked for that. I'm successful. You worked for that. You turned $200,000 from your father into $7 million. That's impressive. I won't deny that. But let me ask you something. If your father didn't give you that $200,000, where would you be? I'd have figured it out. Would you? Mr. Brennan didn't get $200,000. He got a high school diploma and a rifle. He was told to fight for his country. He did. He came back broken, and he's been fighting ever since. Just to survive. You've been fighting too. But your battlefield had a safety net made of money. His didn't. Derek's face shows something now. Not shame. Not yet. But confusion. Like he's hearing words in a foreign language. I don't understand what you want me to say. I want you to say that you understand. That you see Mr. Brennan as a human being. Not a number. Not an inconvenience. A man who served. Who struggles. Who deserved better than being hit and left on the side of the road like trash. Fine. I understand. He's a person. Can I go now? The judge sits back down. Slowly. He picks up his glasses and puts them back on. No, Mr. Castellano. You cannot go. Not yet. Not for a long time. Derek's expression changes. The boredom cracks. Just a little. What do you mean? I mean we're going to have a longer conversation. About respect. About consequences. About what it means to live in a society where your money doesn't make you better than anyone else. Are you serious right now? Derek's voice rises. You can't do this. This is insane. My lawyer. Your lawyer can sit down. I'm not done. Mr. Walsh actually does sit down. He knows when a judge means business. Derek looks at him, then back at the judge. This is abuse of power. You're targeting me because I have money. No. I'm holding you accountable because you think money makes you immune to responsibility. There's a difference. Derek's phone buzzes. He looks at it instinctively. The judge's voice cuts through. If you look at that phone one more time, I'll hold you in contempt. Try me. Derek's hand freezes. He slides the phone into his pocket. His jaw is tight now. His whole posture changes. For the first time since entering the courtroom, he looks uncomfortable. Better, Judge Caprio says. Now, let's talk about what happens next. Ms. Chun, what does the state recommend for sentencing? Patricia stands. Your Honor, the state recommends a fine of $10,000, 90 days suspended license, 50 hours community service, and full restitution to Mr. Brennan for the value of his vehicle plus any medical expenses or lost wages. Derek laughs. Actually laughs out loud. 10,000. That's nothing. I'll pay it right now. 90 days? I'll just use my other cars. I have 5. 50 hours? I'll knock that out in 2 weeks. This is a joke. The courtroom reacts. A man in the back shouts something. The bailiff moves toward him. The judge bangs his gavel once. The sound echoes. Order. Everyone remain calm. But Derek keeps talking. He's on a roll now. Confident. You want to punish me? Actually punish me? You can't. My lawyer will appeal. My father will make calls. This whole thing will disappear. You know it. I know it. Everyone here knows it. That's reality. Justice isn't blind. It's expensive. And I can afford it. 10 seconds of absolute silence. Then Judge Caprio speaks. His voice is different now. Colder. Harder. Mr. Castellano, I want you to remember this moment. I want you to remember exactly what you just said. Because you're right about one thing. This will be a moment everyone remembers. But not for the reason you think. Derek smirks. He actually smirks. Whatever you say, Judge. Ms. Chun, thank you for your recommendation. I'm going to exceed it. Patricia looks surprised. Your Honor. Mr. Castellano, please face me. Look at me when I'm speaking to you. Derek turns. His smirk is still there, but smaller. Uncertain. You came into this courtroom, the judge begins, and you disrespected everyone here. You disrespected Mr. Brennan, a veteran, a man who served this country while you were in middle school. You disrespected this court. You disrespected the law. You think money makes you special. You think wealth means you don't have to follow the same rules as everyone else. You're wrong. And I'm going to show you exactly how wrong you are. Derek's smirk disappears. Not all at once, but slowly. Like snow melting. First, Judge Caprio says, the fine. The state recommended $10,000. I'm making it $37,500. Derek blinks. What? Why that number? Because that's 30 days of your income. You said you make $30,000 a day. I'm taking a month. You'll feel that. Maybe not much, but you'll feel it. That's excessive. My lawyer will. Your lawyer will sit down and be quiet if he knows what's good for him. The judge doesn't raise his voice, but the words land like hammers. Second, your license. The state recommended 90 days. I'm making it 270 days. 9 months. And when you apply for reinstatement, you'll take the driver's test again. From scratch. Written and road test. Like you're 16 years old. Derek's face goes pale. 9 months. I can't not drive for 9 months. You have 5 cars. Mr. Brennan has 0. I think you'll survive. But how will I? Walk. Take the bus. Call a driver. I don't care. You'll figure it out. Third, community service. The state recommended 50 hours. That's a week of work. A week means nothing to you. So I'm assigning you 250 hours. 250? That's 6 weeks of full-time work. Yes, 6 weeks. And here's where it gets interesting. You won't be doing easy community service. You won't be filing papers in an air-conditioned office. You're going to report to the Providence Veterans Affairs Center. Every Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for 32 weeks. That's 8 months of your weekends. Gone. Derek's mouth opens. Nothing comes out. At the VA Center, the judge continues, you'll work directly under Thomas Brennan. Thomas looks up, shocked. Mr. Brennan, the court is appointing you as supervisor for Mr. Castellano's community service. He'll help veterans. He'll clean. He'll organize donation drives. He'll listen to their stories. He'll do whatever you need. And at the end of each day, you'll sign his timesheet. If he's late, if he complains, if he shows even a fraction of the attitude he's shown today, you report it to me. And his hours reset to 0. Derek finds his voice. You can't make me work for him. That's humiliating. Yes, it is. That's the point. You humiliated Mr. Brennan. You left him on the side of the road. You laughed about it with your friend. You called him broke. Now you'll spend 8 months making it right. I won't do it. I'll appeal. Fourth. The judge's voice cuts through. You're going to write a letter of apology. By hand. Not typed. Not dictated to your assistant. By hand. 1,000 words minimum. Addressed to Mr. Brennan. You'll read it aloud in this courtroom. In front of everyone. At a hearing I'll schedule in 2 weeks. And if it sounds like your lawyer wrote it, if it sounds fake, I'll reject it. And you'll write another one. Derek's hands shake now. Actually shake. This is crazy. You're insane. Fifth, you're going to attend a victim impact panel. You'll listen to victims of hit-and-run accidents. You'll hear about people who were killed, injured, people whose lives were destroyed by drivers who fled. You'll sit there for 4 hours. You won't check your phone. You won't leave early. You'll listen. And then you'll write a 5-page essay about what you learned. Handwritten. Due to me within 1 week of the panel. I'm not in school. You can't assign me homework. I'm a judge. I can assign you whatever I want within the bounds of law. And this is well within those bounds. Sixth, you're banned from social media for 6 months. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of it. You'll delete the apps from your phone. I'll require proof. You can't control what I do online. First Amendment. I can as a condition of your probation. Which brings me to the 7th point. You're on probation for 18 months. You'll meet with a probation officer every 2 weeks. You'll submit to random drug tests. You'll provide proof of community service completion. You'll follow every rule. And if you violate even once, you'll go to jail. Derek's voice is rising now. Getting desperate. Jail? For a traffic accident. For contempt of court. For fleeing the scene. For failing to render aid. For showing 0 remorse. Yes. Jail. And here's the 8th part. The part I've been building to. You're going to pay restitution to Mr. Brennan. Fine. How much? I'll write the check. $2,500 for a replacement vehicle. $2,000 for lost wages. He missed work because of you. $1,000 for medical expenses. He had to see a doctor for whiplash. And $50,000 for pain and suffering. Derek's legs nearly give out. $50,000 for pain and suffering? That's insane. His car was worth like $500. His car was worth his independence, his dignity, his ability to work, his ability to live. You took that from him. $50,000 is what the court determines is fair compensation. I won't pay it. There's no way. Judge Caprio leans forward. Then you'll go to jail until you do. I can keep you in contempt indefinitely. Your choice. Derek looks at his lawyer. Mr. Walsh won't meet his eyes. He's staring at his notepad, writing nothing, just staring. And finally, the judge says, the ninth part. You mentioned live streaming earlier in this case. Derek looks confused. What? I didn't. No. Patricia stands. Your Honor, there's one more piece of evidence. We just discovered it last night. May I? Please. The screen lights up again. It shows Derek's Instagram Live feed from December 4th. The timestamp is 2:18 p.m., 1 minute after the accident. Derek's face fills the screen. He's in his car, driving. Yo, what's up, everyone? He says to the camera. Just had the craziest thing happen. Some dude in a total beater got in my way. I tapped him and kept going. You can't let obstacles slow you down, you know? That's Sigma mindset. That's grind set. He laughs. The camera shakes. My car is totally fine. That's what happens when you drive quality. Anyway, about to hop on this call with Tokyo. Making moves. Making money. Stay hungry, everyone. The video ends. The courtroom is dead silent. Some people look sick. Physically sick. Thomas stares at the screen. His face shows nothing. Everything. Derek's face is white. Completely white. I didn't mean. You live streamed it. Judge Caprio's voice is quiet now. Dangerously quiet. You hit a man's car. You drove away. And you bragged about it to your followers. You called his car a beater. You left. And you told people this is how to succeed. I was joking. It's content. It's not real. It's very real to Mr. Brennan. It's real to everyone in this courtroom. And it's going to be real to you. Because here's what's going to happen. That video is evidence. The court is entering it into the public record. And I'm requiring you to make a public statement. A video statement. Posted to the same Instagram account. You'll apologize. You'll explain what you did wrong. You'll talk about the consequences. And you'll leave it up permanently. You'll pin it to your profile. Forever. That'll ruin my reputation. My followers. Good. Maybe your followers need to see that actions have consequences. Maybe they need to see that wealth doesn't equal wisdom. Maybe they need to see you humbled. Derek's breathing is fast now. Shallow. His hands open and close. You can't do this. This is too much. You're going too far. I'm going exactly far enough. Do you know what I think when I look at you, Mr. Castellano? I think about all the young people who watch your videos, who listen to your advice, who think that being rich means being right. I think about how you're teaching them that people like Mr. Brennan don't matter, that veterans are obstacles, that the law is for sale, and I think about how desperately you need to learn that you're wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm successful. Success without character is nothing. You have money. You don't have respect. You don't have empathy. You don't have honor. And those things, you can't buy them. You have to earn them. Derek's voice breaks. Just slightly. So what now? You've destroyed me. Are you happy? I haven't destroyed you. I've given you a chance. A chance to become something more than a spoiled child with a bank account. You have two choices right now. You can accept this sentence. You can do the work. You can learn. You can grow. Or you can refuse. And I'll add contempt charges. I'll increase the fine. I'll extend the probation. I'll make your life very difficult. Your choice. Derek stands there, silent. His jaw works. His eyes are wet. He won't let the tears fall. Not yet. But they're there. What's it going to be? The judge asks. Derek looks at Thomas. Thomas looks back. Their eyes meet. For a long moment, neither moves. Then Derek speaks. His voice is small. Defeated. I'll do it. You'll do what? I'll do the community service. The letter. All of it. Look at Mr. Brennan when you say that. Derek turns. Fully faces Thomas. I'll do it. I'll do what the judge ordered. Thomas nods slowly. He doesn't smile. Doesn't speak. Just nods. Good, Judge Caprio says. But we're not done yet. Bailiff, please take Mr. Castellano into custody. Derek's head snaps toward the judge. What? Why? For contempt of court. Your behavior today was unacceptable. Multiple statements of disrespect. Multiple violations of basic courtroom decorum. I'm sentencing you to 15 days in the Providence County Correctional Facility. Starting now. 15 days? In jail? Actual jail. Actual jail, where you'll wear the same clothes as everyone else, eat the same food, sleep in the same cell, with no special treatment, no phone, no social media, no daddy to make calls, just you, and time to think about your choices. The bailiff steps forward. He pulls out handcuffs. The metal glints under the fluorescent lights. Derek backs up. No, this isn't happening. Mr. Castellano, the bailiff says. His voice is calm, professional. Please turn around and put your hands behind your back. I'll pay more. I'll pay 100,000, 200. Just don't. Judge Caprio shakes his head. Money doesn't work here. Turn around. Derek looks at his lawyer. Do something. Mr. Walsh stands. Your Honor, I respectfully request you reconsider the custody portion. My client, while admittedly disrespectful, is not a flight risk. He has significant ties to the community. Mr. Walsh, your client live-streamed himself committing a crime. He showed no remorse. He insulted a veteran. He insulted this court. He needs to understand that consequences are real. Request denied. The bailiff takes Derek's arm. Gently but firmly. Derek tries to pull away. Get off me. Don't touch me. Mr. Castellano, don't make this harder than it has to be. I'm not going to jail. I'm not. Two more officers step forward. They move quickly, professionally. Within seconds, Derek's hands are behind his back. The handcuffs click shut. The sound echoes through the silent courtroom. Derek's face crumbles. The tears come now, fast and hot. Please, he says, please don't do this. You should have thought about that before you walked into my courtroom with that attitude, the judge says. Take him away. The officers guide Derek toward the side door. He's crying openly now. His expensive clothes suddenly look silly. His Balenciaga hoodie. His Yeezys. They mean nothing here. He's just another person in handcuffs. As he reaches the door, he looks back at Thomas. I'm sorry, he says. His voice is thick, broken. I'm so sorry. Thomas doesn't respond. He watches Derek disappear through the door. The door closes. The courtroom stays silent for a long moment. Then Judge Caprio speaks. Mr. Brennan, please approach. Thomas stands, walks forward. His legs are steadier now. Mr. Brennan, the judge says, I want to apologize to you. On behalf of this court. On behalf of society. You serve your country. You've worked hard. You've done everything right. And you were treated terribly. Not just by Mr. Castellano, but by a system that allowed someone like him to think his money makes him special. I'm sorry. Thomas's voice is rough when he speaks. Thank you, Your Honor. The restitution will be paid within 30 days. That's a court order. If Mr. Castellano's family tries to fight it, I'll add penalties. You'll get your money. You'll buy a car. You'll get to work. And Mr. Castellano will spend the next year learning what it means to be a decent human being. If he learns, that's up to him. I hope he does, sir. I really do. You're a better man than most, Mr. Brennan. The court appreciates your service and your patience today. You're dismissed. Thomas nods. He turns and walks back to his seat. People in the gallery watch him. Some nod. Some wipe their own eyes. A woman stands and starts clapping. Slowly. Then another person joins. Then another. Within seconds, the entire courtroom is applauding. Thomas stops. Turns around. Looks at all these strangers clapping for him. His face does something complicated. Relief. Sadness. Gratitude. Everything at once. He raises one hand in a small wave. Then he leaves. Judge Caprio watches him go. Then he looks at the rest of the courtroom. Let this be a lesson, he says. Money cannot buy respect. It cannot buy decency. It cannot buy your way out of responsibility. Justice applies to everyone. Rich or poor. Young or old. Everyone. This court stands for that principle. Always has. Always will. He bangs the gavel. Court is adjourned. People file out slowly. They talk in low voices. Some pull out phones to text friends. Others just shake their heads. They'll remember this. They'll talk about it for weeks. Months. Years maybe. 15 days later, Derek Castellano sits in Providence County Correctional Facility. He's wearing an orange jumpsuit. His hair is messy. He has dark circles under his eyes. He hasn't slept well. The bed is thin. The pillow is flat. His cellmate is a 40-year-old man named Marcus who got arrested for unpaid child support. Marcus tells stories about his kids, about how much he misses them, about how he's trying to do better. Derek listens. For the first time in his life, he actually listens. On day 12, he writes a letter to Thomas. The first version is terrible, full of excuses, full of self-pity. He tears it up, starts again. This one is better, more honest. He writes about how he never thought about consequences, how he always believed money would protect him, how he was wrong. It takes him 6 hours to write 1,000 words. His hand cramps, but he finishes. On day 15, he's released. His mother picks him up. Not his father. His mother. She doesn't say much in the car. Just looks at him. He looks different. Thinner. Tired. Quieter. 2 weeks later, Derek stands in the same courtroom. The gallery is full again. Word spread. People want to see this. Judge Caprio sits at the bench. Thomas sits in the front row. Mr. Castellano, the judge says, "Do you have the letter?" Derek holds up paper. It's wrinkled. You can see crossouts. Corrections. "Yes, Your Honor." "Please read it. And remember, if it sounds fake, you'll write another one." Derek takes a breath. His hands shake. He looks at Thomas. Then he begins. "Dear Mr. Brennan, I don't know how to start this. I've written this letter 10 times. Every time it sounds wrong, because words can't fix what I did. But I'm going to try anyway. On December 4th, I hit your car and drove away. I didn't care. I thought my time was more important than your safety. I thought my car was more important than your car. I thought I was more important than you. Because I have money. Because I'm young and successful. Because I've never had to struggle like you have. I was wrong. I spent 15 days in jail. That's not a long time. I know that. But it was the longest 15 days of my life. I met people there. People with real problems. People who made mistakes. People trying to be better. And I realized something. Money didn't protect me there. My dad couldn't help me there. I was just another person. Like everyone else. I learned that Mr. Brennan served in the Marines. I Googled Fallujah. I read about what happened there. I can't imagine going through that. I can't imagine being brave enough to serve. To risk your life. And then I learned you came home and had to fight just to survive. And I made that worse. I took your car. Your independence. Your dignity. For what? To save 5 minutes? To avoid a conversation? That's unforgivable. But I'm asking for forgiveness anyway. Not because I deserve it, but because I need you to know I understand now. I understand that every person matters. Rich or poor, veteran or not, everyone deserves respect. Everyone deserves to be treated with basic human decency. I didn't do that. I failed. As a person. As a member of society. As everything. I'm going to spend the next 8 months working at the VA center. Under your supervision. I'm not going to lie. I'm scared. I don't know anything about helping veterans. I don't know anything about real work. But I'm going to learn. I'm going to show up every Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to do whatever you need. And I'm going to listen. To you. To the other veterans. To their stories. Their struggles. Their lives. Because they matter. You matter. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know that's not enough. But it's all I have right now. I hope someday I can show you through my actions that I've changed. That I'm more than the spoiled kid who hit your car. Thank you for reading this. Thank you for not giving up on me. Even though you should. Sincerely, Derek Castellano. He finishes. His voice cracked several times. The paper shakes in his hands. He folds it slowly. Looks at Thomas. Thomas stands. Walks forward. Derek's breath catches. Is he going to yell? To reject the apology? Thomas extends his hand. Derek stares at it. Then takes it. They shake. Thomas's grip is firm. Calloused. Real. Thank you for the letter, Thomas says. I'll see you Saturday. 9 a.m. Don't be late. I won't be. I promise. Thomas nods. Releases his hand. Walks back to his seat. Judge Caprio speaks. Mr. Castellano. That was a good start. The apology sounded genuine. Now comes the hard part. Proving you meant it. I will, Your Honor. I'll prove it. I hope so. Because I'll be watching. Your probation officer will be watching. Mr. Brennan will be watching. And if you slip, if you show even a hint of your old attitude, We'll have this conversation again, and it won't be as pleasant. I understand. Good. You're dismissed. Don't disappoint us. Derek leaves. This time he walks different. Head down. Humble. The expensive clothes are gone. He's wearing jeans and a plain black t-shirt. His watch is gone. His chains are gone. He looks normal. 8 weeks pass. Every Saturday and Sunday, Derek shows up at the VA center. Thomas meets him at the door. The first week is rough. Derek doesn't know how to mop, how to organize files, how to talk to veterans without sounding condescending. He makes mistakes. Lots of them. But he keeps coming back. By week 4, he's better. He remembers names. He asks questions. He listens when a 70-year-old Vietnam vet talks about his experiences. He helps a younger Iraq vet fill out disability paperwork. He stocks shelves. He cleans bathrooms. He does it without complaining. By week 8, something changes. Derek starts to smile. Not his old smirk. A real smile. He jokes with the veterans. They joke back. One Saturday, an older man named Frank tells him he's doing good work. Really? Derek asks. Really? You're all right, kid. Derek goes home that night and cries. Happy tears. Confused tears. He's never felt like this before. Useful. Valued for something other than his money. By week 16, Derek brings his own supplies. Cleaning products. Office supplies. He pays for them himself. He doesn't tell anyone. Just leaves them in the supply closet. Thomas notices. You didn't have to do that, Thomas says. I wanted to. Why? Derek thinks about this. Because this place matters. These people matter. I have money sitting in my account doing nothing. Might as well use it for something good. Thomas studies his face. Nods slowly. Okay. Week 24. 6 months in. Derek is scheduled to make his public Instagram apology. He sets up his phone. Hits record. His face fills the screen. He looks different. Older somehow. More serious. Hey everyone. It's Derek. I know I've been gone for a while. 6 months. I'm sure you noticed. Or maybe you didn't. Either way, I need to tell you something. Back in December, I did something terrible. I hit someone's car and drove away. I didn't care. I thought I was too important to stop. Too busy. Too rich. I was wrong. The man I hit was a Marine Corps veteran. His name is Thomas Brennan. He served our country. He works every day despite being injured in combat. And I destroyed his car. His only way to get to work. To live. I got caught. I went to court. And I was the worst version of myself. I disrespected everyone. I thought my money would save me. It didn't. The judge sentenced me. Hard. Fines. License suspension. Community service. Jail time. And you know what? I deserved every second of it. I've spent the last 6 months working at a VA center. Helping veterans. Learning from them. And I want to say this clearly. Everything I used to preach. About grind set. About Sigma mentality. About money being everything. I was wrong. Dead wrong. Money is just money. It doesn't make you better. It doesn't make you special. It doesn't give you the right to treat people like they don't matter. I hurt someone who deserved respect and kindness. And I'm going to spend a long time making up for that. If you followed me for investment advice, okay. But if you followed me because you thought wealth equals worth, please. Unfollow me. Learn from my mistakes. Treat people with dignity. All people. Not just rich people. Everyone. Because everyone has value. Everyone has a story. Everyone matters. I'm sorry to Mr. Brennan. I'm sorry to the court. I'm sorry to anyone I influenced with my old attitude. I'm going to do better. Starting now. And I'm leaving this video up forever. So I never forget. So you never forget. Actions have consequences. Wealth without character is nothing. And justice, real justice, applies to everyone. Thank you. He stops recording. Posts the video. Pins it to his profile. Within hours it has 1 million views. Then 2 million. 5 million. The comments are mixed. Some people call him weak. Say he's been brainwashed. Others say he's grown. Changed. Become real. Derek reads some comments. Then closes the app. It doesn't matter what they think. Not really. What matters is showing up tomorrow at the VA center. Doing the work. Being better. Week 32. The final week. Derek's last day of community service. He arrives early. Thomas is already there. Morning, Derek says. Morning. Last day. Yeah. Feels weird. How so? Derek sets down his bag. I thought I'd be counting down the days. Celebrating when it's over. But, I don't know. I'm going to miss this. Miss these guys. Mississippi miss learning from you. Thomas raises an eyebrow. You can still come back. Volunteer. No court order needed. Really? Sure. We always need help. And you've gotten pretty good at this. Derek smiles. I'd like that. They work through the day. At 5 p.m., Thomas signs Derek's final timesheet. 250 hours. Complete. Congratulations, Thomas says. You did it. Thank you. For everything. For being patient. For teaching me. For giving me a chance. You earned it. You showed up. You worked hard. You changed. I'm still changing. Still learning. Good. Don't stop. They shake hands again. This time it feels different. Not judge and convict. Not victim and criminal. Just two men. Two people. 3 months later. Derek's probation is complete. His license is restored. He takes the driver's test and passes. He buys a car. Nothing fancy. A used Honda Accord. It's silver. It's practical. It gets him where he needs to go. He also does something else. He starts a foundation. The Brennan Foundation for Veterans. He funds it with $2 million. The foundation helps veterans with transportation, car repairs, even buying cars for those who need them. Thomas Brennan is on the board. Derek handles the finances. The first car they give away goes to a veteran named Sarah. She's 32. She served in Afghanistan. She works as a nurse now. Her car died last month. She was taking 3 buses to get to work. 4 hours a day just commuting. Derek and Thomas present her with a certified check for $5,000. Enough for a reliable used car. Sarah cries. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your service, Derek says. And he means it. 1 year after the accident, Derek gets a call. It's Judge Caprio's office. They want him to speak at a high school. To talk about consequences. About choices. About change. Derek says yes. He stands in front of 200 teenagers. They're bored at first. Another adult telling them what to do. But then he starts talking. He tells them everything. The accident. The courtroom. The jail. The community service. The change. I thought I was special because I had money, he says. I thought I was better than everyone else. I was wrong. And I hurt people because of it. Don't be like I was. Be better. Treat people with respect. All people. Because you never know someone's story. You never know their struggle. And you never know when your choices might destroy their life. Or change yours. The students are quiet. Listening. Really listening. After the talk, a kid approaches. He's maybe 16. That was cool, he says. I'm glad you changed. Thanks. What's your name? Marcus. Nice to meet you, Marcus. You have plans after high school? Maybe college. I don't know. My family doesn't have much money. Derek pulls out a card. His foundation's card. Call this number. We have scholarships. For kids who want to help veterans. If you're interested. Marcus takes the card. Stares at it. For real. For real. Derek leaves the school feeling something he never felt before. Purpose. Real purpose. That night he has dinner with Thomas. They meet once a month now. Sometimes they talk about the foundation. Sometimes they just talk. About life. About sports. About nothing important. How's it feel? Thomas asks. Being free. Probation over. Sentence complete. Derek considers this. Honestly, I don't feel free. I am legally, but I still feel responsible. For what I did. For being better. Does that make sense? Perfect sense. That's called a conscience. Welcome to having one. Derek laughs. Yeah, it's annoying sometimes. Makes me think about things. Care about things. Good. They eat in comfortable silence for a moment. Then Derek speaks again. Thomas, can I ask you something? Sure. Do you forgive me? Actually forgive me. Thomas puts down his fork. Looks Derek in the eye. I forgave you when you showed up for the second week of community service. I figure if you came back after that first week, maybe you were serious. By week 4 I knew you were. By week 8 you weren't just doing time. You were actually learning. So yeah, I forgive you. Derek's eyes water. Thank you. That means everything. You earned it. Keep earning it. I will. And he does. Every day. Every choice. Every interaction. Derek Castellano is not the same person who walked into that courtroom. He's not perfect. He still makes mistakes. But he tries. He shows up. He cares. And slowly, day by day, he becomes the kind of person he should have been all along. The courthouse video goes viral. 30 million views. News outlets cover it. It becomes a teaching case in law schools, ethics classes, driver's education programs. People debate it. Some say the judge went too far. Most say he didn't go far enough. Everyone has an opinion, but the opinion that matters most belongs to Thomas Brennan. When a reporter asks him about it, he says this: "That young man hurt me. Badly. But Judge Caprio gave him a chance to fix it, to learn, to grow. And he took that chance. He did the work. He became better. That's all any of us can do. Make mistakes. Take responsibility. Do better. I'm proud of him. And I'm grateful we have judges like Frank Caprio who understand that justice isn't just about punishment. It's about rehabilitation. It's about giving people the tools to change, and then holding them accountable when they don't use those tools." The reporter asks one more question. "Do you still have contact with Derek?" Thomas smiles. "Yeah, we're friends now. Funny how that works out." The story ends not with revenge, not with continued hatred, but with transformation, with growth, with two men from completely different worlds finding common ground, finding respect, finding humanity. Judge Frank Caprio sits in his chambers one evening. He reviews the case file one last time before archiving it. He makes a note in the margin. Just 2 words. Justice served. He closes the file, places it in the cabinet, and prepares for the next case. Because there's always another case. Another person who needs to learn. Another chance to teach. Another opportunity to show that money cannot buy justice. That privilege does not grant immunity. That the law applies to everyone. Equally. Fairly. Always. The Brennan Foundation continues its work. In its first year, it helps 87 veterans. Cars. Repairs. Gas cards. Bus passes. Whatever they need to get to work. To therapy. To live. Derek runs it full-time now. He's sold most of his cars. Moved to a smaller house. Stopped chasing wealth for wealth's sake. Started chasing purpose instead. On the anniversary of the accident, he and Thomas visit the spot where it happened. Elmwood Avenue near Hamilton Street. They don't say much. Just stand there for a moment. "Year ago today," Thomas says. "Yeah. Worst day of my life. Mine too. I'm sorry. Again. I know. And I'm thankful for what came after." They get back in Derek's Honda. Drive to the VA center. There's work to do. Always work to do. People to help. Lives to change. As they pull into the parking lot, Derek thinks about that moment in the courtroom, when the judge asked him what his money was worth. When he said it was worth everything. He knows better now. Money can buy many things. Comfort. Security. Opportunity. But it cannot buy back time. It cannot undo harm. It cannot purchase respect. It cannot create character. And in Judge Frank Caprio's courtroom, it definitely cannot buy justice. Real justice costs nothing and means everything.